I found an artist who was maybe about like 1,000 followers or something on Twitter. And I was just listening to his music on repeat, on repeat, on repeat. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, this guy is insane. And like, checked out his Twitter, hit him with a DM and shit. And he's like, yeah, man, like, I like your work. I need something for like an album cover. And then I sent him some shit and wasn't fucking with it. He was like, nah. I'm like, this isn't it. Like, we could probably do better. I was like, fuck, all right, well, my shot is like over. And he actually posted a picture of his hand on Twitter. And then I looked at it and I took inspiration from this gang. It's called La M. And they have, their main logo is their hand, and then it has an M inside of the handprint. So I was like, oh shit. Like that, I thought that was pretty cool. So I kind of flipped the concept and I took a picture of X's hand and I photoshopped it, made it look like cool, I guess. And then I sent it back to him. And then all of a sudden he hit me like an hour after I hit him. And he was like, oh shit, like this is fire. Like I'm gonna call you. And then got on FaceTime and then it was
So
over.
that's where that one design came from originally, with the handprint graphic.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So what from there, how did you guys continue to work together, and when did the idea of like was the idea that did he tell you I want to have some merch that says revenge, or did that just come afterwards?
No, so it was just like he had bad vibes forever before what it is now.
Right.
And that was like his first merch that me and him like worked on along with a few other people. But the first design we did for his merch was the handprint on the front, and then in the back it had a picture of an angel and like a little kid in this old painting, and it said XXXtentacion, and then in like the little lightning font that we still use today. Yeah, but that font I actually got from him because he like put me on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you guys, so you had that original call with him, did you actually go out to Florida, or did you guys meet, or did it take a while?
No, so like I said, I'm from East LA and he was in Florida.
Right.
And yeah, we didn't fully meet we didn't meet in person till maybe like six months after that. And it was when he came to do the No Jumper interview over here. Yeah.
But you weren't there for the interview. You met him at a different time during that visit?
Yeah. It was like during that same week, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Him and Ski both came over here, and that was the first time I actually met
Where'd
them
you meet
in
up with
person.
them?
It was somewhere we met like I think in Hollywood as well.
Okay.
And then the first thing we did is like we went to go eat at Denny's and shit.
Wow.
And I like paid for their Denny's, and like they're both just like, are you sure? Are you sure? I'm like, yeah. Like,
you don't remember what they ordered?
I think X got like a
moons over my hammy.
He got like a burger and fries and shit, and then
wow, real American.
Yeah. So that shit was fun, dude. Like that was my first time just meeting them. Like it was crazy. X especially because we had multiple conversations. Like we were on the phone every single day. He's calling me. It's like 7 a.m. over here, and of course it's 10 in Florida. I'm waking up like, who the fuck is calling me right now? Like, why? And he's like, yo, wake up. I'm like, what? He's like, yo, we need to design this shit right now. I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's get it. And it would be like that every day.
Right.
Like him just waking, it'd be like 5, 6, 7 a.m. and I'm just like tired as fuck. And then we're just working on stuff because we want to.
But were you solely committed to doing his merch at the time, or had it already crept into your mind like, you know, at some point I'm going to want to do my own brand?
I had always wanted like my own brand since maybe like 12 or 13 years old.
Right.
But like I didn't fully know what I wanted to represent, you know? I didn't fully know what concept or idea. Like I didn't have anything tangible to, and just it was just the first thing I thought of was just, I just want something cool and like exclusive, you know?
It's funny though, because like the name, okay, so just the name Revenge though, how did that come about exactly? Because it feels like in a lot of ways that sort of summarized the way that a lot of X's fans felt towards the world, how he felt towards the world, that he wanted his revenge. Like he literally said that at certain points. Yeah,
there's like multiple meanings. Like I said, the first meaning I could really explain is through my personal experiences and shit, and me not doing good in school and just always felt like an outcast at my school. I really wanted to like kind of represent those kids, or kind of be an outlet for them, saying like, just because you're like fucking up right now doesn't mean like you can't get your shit together. You know, there's still, you could turn all this negative shit that you're going through into something positive. So it's really like, as cliche as it may sound, like success is the best revenge. Like that's really what I wanted to do. Like
I've always found that that's like the best motivator for me. Like when I don't feel like I'm actually like up against something, it can be very easy to get complacent. And when I feel like I'm having to go to war to protect, I don't know, my career or my content or whatever, like if I feel like there's somebody I'm really fighting against, somebody or something, that could be like the biggest motivation. Yeah,
it's really just like fighting against people who say you're not going to do shit. People who are counting you out already from the beginning, like, no, you can't do this. You're a fuck up. You should just stay to yourself. Just go get a job. You're not going to do anything. You shouldn't pursue your dreams and shit like that. And I'm 100% against that.
Yeah. So X gets locked up.
Yeah.
And how does your shit continue? Are you still just working on stuff and talking to him on the phone in jail? Because like while he was locked up that time, that's when he really started to blow up. Scheme reminded me of that the other day, that he wasn't really that big. Then he gets locked up and he gets crazy big. Yeah. Somehow.
So I had started Revenge. We had put out like 2 or 3 hoodies, like the main logo that you see now. And it was just with a different back. It didn't have his hand on the back. And we had done stuff before he got locked up. And then I was still calling, or he would call me every day and be like, yo, like, we need to still work on shit. I'm like, just talk to him, see how his mental is and shit. And it was really hard. And he needed to come up with like lawyer money and legal fees and shit to help his situation.
Right.
So I was like, yo, like, I have like Revenge is like, we have a few designs that I think are cool. I think we should just run some shit together and we'll just put your hand on the back with our logo on the front. And then whatever we make, like, we're just going to give all to you so you could just handle all that shit and get your ass out.
Right.
And that's what we did. We put out the hoodie and we put out the mugshot tee. Yeah.
Because I remember that particular drop that X was on the phone with me from jail being like, bro, I need to get this lawyer money. Yeah. Can you please, like, he was asking me to basically just like promote with the Revenge URL in the intro to a couple of videos and stuff. And I was like, yeah, sure. And like,
I appreciate you too, like, so much for doing that, because that helped him and like us a lot. Like,
that's so crazy though, because I remember at that time too, him being like, yo, like, I'm going to have my boy send you $10,000 because I appreciate you promoting it. And I was like, you're locked up. Like, I don't need your $10,000. Just keep it. Well, like, it's fine. Like, that's funny. But he was like, I just thought it was so weird. I'm like, you're like 18 and you're offering me $10,000 and you're in prison. Like, this is kind of funny.
Dude, that was like the first time I actually found out his age. I always thought he was so much older. Like, I never had asked him. And then I was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, he's 18. Right. He's 18 years old.
It's very, like, when you think about it, he almost like a cult leader type personality. Yeah. There's so many people he met that were so fascinated by him and so down to just be a part of whatever was going on.
Yeah, me and him would just have conversations every day, and it wouldn't just be about clothes. It would just be about life in general and shit like that. And he really helped me, like, get through all the fucking depression, like anxiety and shit like that. He's like, no, like, you have to push. And I still carry that with me today, you know? Like, right. I was a little bit like that, but after working with him and just being around him and shit, like, it motivated me a lot too.
For sure. So he gets out of jail, and then do you guys reconnect after that, or like what was the relationship like? Because he got signed while he was locked up. All of a sudden he's got money and shit. Yeah. Stuff starts changing.
He called me the first day he got out. He's like, yo, we're about to fucking like take over the world. And I was like, oh, like, I was just so happy that he got out, because I know what he was going through, and like every day, like, talking to him and shit. It was sad. Like, no one wants anyone to fucking go through that shit. Like,
and so we weren't necessarily even sure he was gonna get out anytime soon.
Yeah, like, I was just so happy that he got out. And then so he called me. He's like, yo, I want you to come to Florida. We need to work on, I'm about to go on tour. I want you to come with me, and we need to work on like the merch and shit for tour. So that's what I did. I left my house. My mom and dad, like, they didn't want me to go. They're like, no, like.
Did they understand at all the fact that you were selling a shitload of merch at this time and that things were starting to go good?
It's hard to explain to them because they're so like old school and shit. And even when I was starting off, like, when I said when I was working on stuff alone in my bedroom, just every day. Like, they didn't fully get it. They're like, why don't you go out and like get a job? Like, you need to go back to school and shit. I'm like, no, like, I have a passion for this. I know it's gonna work. I'm gonna do whatever it takes for it to work and for me to succeed and shit. So me telling him like, yo, I'm gonna leave and we're gonna go to Florida and we're gonna make some shit. I'm gonna go on tour with them, and then we're just gonna go from there. And like, my mom was like crying, like just calling me like every day, like, when you come back, all this shit. But yeah, we ended up going over there, stayed at his house or his apartment at the time, and there's like,
it's still the apartment. Yeah, it's not the house yet. Okay.
Yeah, it was like 8 or 9 of us over there, and it was like producers like Stain, and then Craig was over there too.
Was it insane? What was the vibe like?
I would most of the time just be working. Honestly, I'd just be working on my laptop, and yeah, it was pretty fried. It was a lot of
drugs, a lot of random fights and shit. Or
I don't
what?
think, not so much drug. Like, I don't think there was any drugs.
I know
actually.
he wasn't like the biggest
cigarettes and shit.
He wasn't like the biggest drug guy, but I just assumed that there was probably a lot of people around who were getting all fucked up.
No, not really. Like, everyone was just smoking cigarettes, and we were really just trying to be on our shit, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, we were just really trying to make the most of whatever platform we have, or like whatever thing we're passionate about, whether it's music, producing, like me with clothes and shit. We were just trying to do the best that we can, and it was just like, that was like a big part of my life too, just going over there and meeting everyone from like members only and shit, and just working every day like really hard.
Yeah. Damn.
Yo, if you enjoyed this clip, watch a full interview on No Jumper YouTube.